Hello and welcome friends. In this particular module, I wish to discuss about Hall container system. Broadly, we will discuss about the major features of Hall container systems, the kind of the vehicles employed for SCS, and analysis of collection time and number of vehicles determination. So as you learn the content, you will be able to explain major features of Hall container systems. Also, you will be able to state types of the vehicles employed for Hall container system and analyze the Hall container system in order to determine the number of trips corresponding to the collection time. As we discussed in our earlier presentation, we have reached to the third element of functional elements. Here, the West is arrived in the public domain from where representative of the urban local body is supposed to have this particular West conveyed to transfer station, processing station or disposal station, which is collectively known as destination point. So this secondary collection can be discussed under Hall container systems and stationary container systems. In this particular presentation, we will simply concentrate on Hall container system. So under this SCS, container which is used at this particular secondary storage are hauled to the any of these particular destination points that are emptied at the respective destination sites, and empty container is brought back to its original location or some designated location, and the vehicle moves to next collection point. Hence, the collection crew is responsible to reach that particular collection point, hence to drive the vehicle, to load the full containers, travel further to any of such destination points as per the requirement, unload the content and bring down that particular container to the designated site and move further. In order to facilitate the operations, one can analyze the system, one can design the system by employing any of such vehicles according to the requirement. So one can make use of hoist truck, which could be having the capacity of 2 to 10 cubic meters. The way you see here, the truck is equipped with hoisting cables and pulleys so that that container will be hoisted, housed, and it will be hauled. Also, one can go for these particular tilt frame container systems in which the container is bodily lifted and it is housed in this particular frame, and further the container is hauled. These particular boxes are very large, which are mostly open type of the containers, which are called as drop boxes or which are also called as debris boxes, and these are ideally suitable for the places which have high generation, and hence large magnitude of the waste is expected to be collected from a particular point. Even one can go for the further capacity like 40 to 120 cubic meters. So here such containers are usually open type of containers that could be equipped with the self-compaction mechanism or stationary compaction mechanism. These are very similar to these particular frame container systems. Otherwise, the capacity is very huge. Usually, whenever it is expected to have the waste collected, say for example construction and demolition waste, say for example certain white goods, so this particular system is ideally suited for heavy category of the waste. So the vehicle could be very huge, 15 to 20 meter long. So for such a size and length, they require the proper access to the roads as well as even the wide turning radius and gradually approachable roads. One can make use of very simple approaches in order to analyze for collection time and number of vehicles. So here this particular Y, as it is expressed as total collection time, it is giving summation of time required for various activities. As you see here, this A is first point telling us about garage to route time. B is actual time collecting the waste. C is number of trips to the destination site. D is time to drive that fully loaded truck to destination facility, unload the content and return to the collection point. E is time to drive to garage at the end of the trip or at the end of the day. F is official breaks, which are say some bathroom visits to attend the call of the nature, lunch times, tea breaks and such things. Whereas G is certain time which is associated with time lost, say for example for traffic jams, breakdowns, etc. This F plus G can be expressed as off route time, which is usually expressed as fraction of this particular Y. Here, this garage to route time, time to drive the destination point, unloading, coming back, and time to drive to the garage at the end of the day are function of distance and speed. Whereas this B, which is actual time spent in collecting this waste, is function of number of customers, time spent per customer, and number of loads, which could be full or partial. This C, which is nothing but the number of the trips to the destination point, is a function of capacity of that vehicle and the compaction ratio employed for that particular vehicle. In order to analyze the number of the trips, one can make use of this particular expression. N is number of vehicles required, which can be determined by SF divided by XW. Here this S is total number of the customers served per week. F is the collection frequency. X is the number of customers that truck can serve per day. W is the number of the work days per week. Say, so for example, if this particular S is 500, F is 2, X is 20, W say 5, the number of vehicles required will be 10. The same approach can be further elaborated by making use of these particular definition sketch. Here, as you see, these circles are representing various container locations. The blue squares are meant for loaded containers, whereas that blank squares are representing the empty container locations. At the start of the day or at the start of the collection schedule, vehicle approaches from the dispatch station, from the garage of that urban local body. It comes to the first container location. It picks up the loaded container. It houses that particular container and it hauls the loaded container to the destination point. It spends the time in order to empty that particular content at that particular destination point. It takes back that particular empty container and it comes back to the container location. It redeposits that particular container and it moves further to the next container site. So this particular process is repeated till the time designated for that day is spent. From the last container site, the vehicle will move to the dispatch station. Associated with the various activities that we discussed in that particular definition sketch, here we can have the definition for each of such activities. So the first definition is for pickup. It is telling us about time which is spent for pick up the loaded container, the time required to redeposit that particular container, and time spent to move to this particular next collection point after that particular empty container is redeposited for that collection point. This particular activity could also be executed by exchanging the containers. That is, as the vehicle approaches that particular collection point, it could be carrying certain empty container with it. So that empty container will be deposited at that collection point. Then the loaded container will be picked up. It will be hauled to the destination point. It will be emptied. It will be returned to the next collection point. So this is called as exchange container mode. Whereas after picking up this particular container from the collection point 1, vehicle moves to the destination point. Then after emptying the content, it comes back, and the time which is spent just for this particular travel is expressed as this halt time. Whereas after picking up, after hauling to the destination point, the time spent for registering the vehicle, weighing the vehicle, emptying the content will be nothing but time spent at this particular destination point. Also, during any of these particular pickup, exchanging the containers, hauling the containers, or at site, if time is spent towards some unofficial activities like chatting with the friends, unnecessary usage of the mobiles, excess lunch periods, and having such breaks which are not legitimate as far as the duties are concerned, are called as unnecessary off-road times. Whereas there could be some time which is legitimately accepted towards having lunch, towards health break, towards the time congestion, unavoidable repairs of the vehicle, and such things are termed as necessary off-road times. So in order to have this particular vehicle and labor requirements defined, according to the definitions that we discussed on the previous slide, this time required per trip can be expressed as hours per time, and it is sum of pickup time, which is again expressed as hours per time. S is the time which is spent at the site, which is also expressed as hours per time. And this H, which is haul time, which is also expressed as hours per trip. Further, this PSCS can be broken into the activities that are carried out under pickup, which are nothing but picking up, unloading the content, and traveling to the next point, which is the average time spent in between the two container locations. Whereas this haul time is associated with the speed limit, speed being observed, then the distance of that particular destination point from the collection point. Hence, it is expressed as A plus Bx. These A and B are typically associated with the site condition, that is local site condition. Say for example, if we think that the vehicle is observing speed limit of 40 km per hour, A can be taken as 0.05 hour per trip, whereas B can be taken as 0.025 hour per kilometer. Also, as I have adopted this particular content from the book Environmental Engineering, which I have given the reference, Pavey and others have given these typical values. In order to determine the number of trips per day, one can have this particular expression H into 1 minus W minus into bracket T1 plus T2 divided by this TSCS, which is nothing but the time per trip for the haul container system. Also, this number of trips per day can be determined by making use of the expression VD by CF. Here this VD is nothing but the average daily quantity of the waste which is generated. This C is average container size which can be served. This F is weighted average container utilization factor. So, for given circumstances, this particular data needs to be determined. So, certain typical values of that particular A and B as given by Pavey and others for various speed limits are tabularized here. Similarly, in order to compute this particular equipment labor requirement, as we can make use of this particular tilt frame containers which may in turn be provided with the compactors. It could be provided with the stationary compactors. It could be employing certain truck and tractor system. So there would be some mechanical loading. As the open drop boxes are also used if it is not equipped with the compacting mechanism, the compaction ratio will be nil. If it is provided with the stationary compactors or certain self compactors, the compaction ratio could be 2 to 4. Typically, here this particular pickup time and unloading this particular content could be 0.4 hours per trip, whereas at site the approximate time spent is 0.13 hours per trip. Though this particular data is available, this data needs to be experimentally determined for given locations because the values of this particular A, B, PC, UC as well as S, and depending on the mechanism that is adopted for that particular vehicle will be changing. So in order to analyze this particular SCS, we can follow these steps. So in the first step, determine the pickup time per trip by making use of this expression. In the second step, we can make use of this expression. In the third step, we can determine the number of trips, and at the end, after determining this particular number of trips, we can determine the actual time spent over the day, and this particular theoretically determined number of trips can be adjusted by providing the additional time in order to increase the efficiency of the system. So, as we refer to this particular problem, the various values that are given here can be used and substituted in the expressions that we discussed on the previous slides. So as a step 1, by making use of this expression, this PSCS works out to be 0.5 hour per trip. Here this particular 0.5 hour as substituted at site time is taken into account, that halt time A plus Bx given consideration to that particular speed limit of 88 km per hour. The time per trip can be determined as 1.933 hours per trip. Also, typically this particular time which is spent towards unproductive activities can be considered to be fraction of the time per trip, which is say 0.15. By assuming that total work day is of 8 hours, we can have the number of trips as 3.22. So as this particular 3.22 trips are earned, we can have this converted to 3, and the actual time spent can be worked out for that activity. So thanks for attention. I hope the concepts that we try to discuss for Hall container system are clear to you. So in the coming presentation, we will discuss about stationary container system. So by till then, I wish you very happy learning. Thank you.